Welcome to this video. Today we are looking at GCSE separate science paper, biology paper 1. We will be looking at AO1 and an AO2 question and how to answer that. Before we start, make sure that you fill in all your relevant information at the start of an exam or your paper will be voided. Make sure that you have the correct equipment in front of you and that you have read all the information on the front of the paper and that you are sitting the correct paper. If at any point you feel like it's not the correct paper, put your hand up and an invigilator will come and check for you. Make sure you have a ruler and a scientific calculator and a black ink or ballpoint pen. This paper is 100 marks, but we'll only be going through question 1. So, let's begin. So here we have question 1, and you can see from question 1 that it's only 1 mark. This is an AO1 question. It's only asking for a simple answer. What is a tissue? And hopefully you'll be able to recall that and add a simple answer. You do not need to write a full-on essay here. I've seen people do that many times. Hopefully you would have put an answer and it's a specialized group of cells or something along those lines. Part 2 of question 1 is also worth only 1 mark, and again it's a simple answer that they're looking for. Name the type of tissue in the plant that contains stem cells. Now it is looking for plants and not animal cells, so that is important. So make sure you reread the question and that you can answer this correctly. So if you answered that correctly, you should have the meristem tissue as your answer. Question 1.3, also 1 mark, also an AO1 question. This is going to be recall, so you will need to know this and learn this. This question is asking you, which plant does aspirin originate from? So you should be able to recall that, and that is the willow tree. When we move on to the next part of the question, you can see that we have been given more information here. There's a table with some results. You are asked to look at chemical A. It's extracted from the deadly nightshade plant and can be used as a painkiller. So make sure that you look at all the information, you've read the information, you've highlighted anything that you feel may be useful to you to answer the question. Then you will need to look at the question. It is only 1 mark and it's asking you to suggest a reason why the berries are used instead of the leaves. Now we know with the berries, they are easier to access, it'll be easier to extract, and it has less of the chemical in there. So any of those as an answer should suffice. But have a go at the question yourself. Moving on to 1.5. This is a 4 mark question, suggests it's an AO2 question. It's giving you some information but also telling you to refer back to the table in part 4, and it wants you to calculate. We are calculating the mass of chemical A in 200 grams of the leaves that have the chlorosis. So when you do this, you need to look at all the information given to you. It's telling you that the plant is 60% of the mass shown. It is 4 marks. The units have been given to you, so therefore you will not be gaining marks for that. But what you will be gaining marks for is the breakdown of your calculation and your answer. So you could have a go at that if you want to, and then I will show you the mark scheme answer to that. Then we go back to an AO1 question. Suggest 1 reason why the leaves of the deadly nightshade plant have chlorosis. So look back at any of the information that has been given to you prior to this question and you could state things like it has a small amount of chlorophyll or no chlorophyll, lack of chloroplasts, deficient in magnesium, etc., etc. But a short answer. Moving on to part 7, 2 marks. It wants 2 reasons to get the 2 marks. Again, it's important that you read the question carefully and refer back to any previous information that may be given to you. So have a look at this question and maybe try it yourself. So the answer could be that we don't know if it's toxic. You could suggest that they need to check for the dosage, to check that it's effective, and so forth. Moving on to 1.8, 1 mark here again. Short answer. Suggest 1 reason why a report making claims about the effects of chemical A may be biased. So go back and read any information that you think might be relevant, but this is going to be recall, so think back to what you may have learned in class. So you may have put something along the lines of the writers may get a financial gain or competitors may suffer a financial loss. Then moving on to the final question. This is a multiple choice question, and you can see it's only worth 1 mark. Make sure that you are ticking only 1 box. I've seen many people make mistakes here and tick 2. Even if one of those is correct, you will not get the mark for this, and these are easy marks. So again, read the question and then tick the correct box. Once you've done that, you should have ticked have the claims peer reviewed. And that ends our video on AO1, AO2 questions for separate science. I hope this was helpful. You will find these questions also in the combined, as they AO1, AO2 overlap. Thank you for watching.